Hello and welcome to the Big Toon Chat with myself, Kevin from the Big Toon Chat, and Stephen from Geordie Talk. How are you doing, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm doing not too bad, mate. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm just going to play a quick little intro, and then we'll get...
Not bad.
Well, you know, it was just literally a brush up about an hour ago I created that, so I thought I kind of start a video with nothing at all. I thought I'll grab a little screenshot of you, and then I'll stick you in it as well. Why not? Before I do start though, I do have a little bit of sad news just to get off my chest, because I know I've been speaking to someone recently. It's the NUFC Iceman, the YouTube channel. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know him very well. Yeah, been on his show many times.
Yeah, his mum's had a heart attack recently and she's in hospital, so just want to send out my best wishes to him.
So do I. I talk to him regular on the chat we're in, so I'm saying hope she gets well soon. I know he said she was doing a bit better than what she has been, so that's good news.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And also Newcastle Benfield, the football club, the Northern League football club, their chairman, Dave Robson, he passed away this morning.
Right.
Massive loss. Family friend of mine, really, really best friend with his son, Lee. My thoughts go out to Anne, Lee, Dave, and the rest of the family. I was absolutely shocked this morning. I couldn't believe when I heard it. But yeah, just to start on a sad note, but let's try and make it a happy one as well as the day goes on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Deadline day. What did you think of it?
Well, for the deadline day, I mean, we managed to bring in Joe Willock. I mean, we were linked with all sorts of Ozan Kabak. I mean, we were deadline day. It transpired he agreed a deal for him, but Liverpool stole in at the last minute to sign him, which you cannot really compete with Liverpool, the situation we're in at the moment.
I was just about to say, who would you prefer, Liverpool or Newcastle to play for? It's obvious, isn't it?
Very obvious. No, they've got ambition. They go on places. You've got Champions League football. They going for the title. And you want to play for them, not come to our jump ship.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, do you think it was a good window for Newcastle, or do you think it was a bad one? What do you think?
Well, I would have thought we could have got more in. I know Bruce was wanting to win to use his loans up. But I mean, he targeted Jesse Lingard. He ended up going to West Ham. I wasn't too bothered about Jesse Lingard because it's well documented. I'm not a fan of Jesse Lingard. I think he thinks too much of his social media image in his football career, stupid J Ling's products or whatever he's into. But I wasn't a fan, but I was happy we got Joe Willock in. Shame we couldn't get Chowdhury in. If that had happened, it would have got... A lot of things would have had to happen for Chalobah to go to Leicester. Matty Loggs have to go to Watford. It was like a chain reaction. If that had come off, I would have been happy. But I'm happy with Joe Willock. He can offer a lot, and so hope we see him playing soon enough.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think Steve Bruce waited till the end of the window to get players in, knowing that we were on a bad run?
I don't know. It's I know we're on a bad run, yeah. I think what I posted on Twitter, I think last night or this morning, whenever, should have had deals already lined up, speaking to players' agents, having loans lined up early in the window, and then he could have had a good few games in the side. I mean, like a Joe Willock or Hamza Chowdhury, just get themselves settled into the team momentum. Mm-hmm. But to leave it till it's took them 32 days to sign Joe Willock. I think that's shocking myself. Like I've just said, he should have had a lot done prep work before the went to get the targets. I just think it was shocking to sign one player in 32 days. I just think it was shocking, like myself.
I mean, given the pandemic, I think no clubs are wanting to spend money or anything, so it was always going to be loan deals what people were after. Do you think that's because of the pandemic? Do you think it's because people are not willing to spend any more money at the minute because obviously there's no fans in stadiums, anything like that?
Yeah, there is an element of that. Yeah, it's. I think Josh King went to Everton on a 6-month deal. Yeah, I think that that was kind of strange. I wouldn't have minded him at Newcastle to partner alongside Wilson for the Bournemouth days. I would have minded him. He was on available for about $5 million. And
I mean, you would have thought with Josh King, sorry to interrupt you there, with Josh King, you would have thought obviously Matt Ritchie wanted to go back to Bournemouth, so why couldn't we involve him in a swap deal?
And well, that's how they went for the deal to bring Callum Wilson to Newcastle. It was either, I think, 20 million plus Matt Ritchie. I think Newcastle were willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he was keen at the time, Matt Ritchie, so he knew he wanted a striker, knew he wanted Callum Wilson, and knew Aston Villa were interested and made a bid for him. So they had to just go in for just straight cash, 20 million. I think he's been an excellent signing. I love him, so you can see my shirt back there.
He's had his games, hasn't he, from Newcastle? He's played some absolute blinders, and he always plays like the club's in his heart. You know what I mean? Like, he just never gives up. He's always running around.
Yeah, but you mean that game against Everton on Saturday? I think he played really well, running into the channels, holding the ball up well, bringing his teammates in, starting attacks, and that first goal was a great goal. Shelvey just cut it across like a cross, and then Wilson, I wonder how he generated so much power on that header to get it right in the other corner. Just such a great goal.
I think it was one that we needed as well, given the bad run of form that we were on. It was good to see them get up in the air, get a header in, and it was a shot on target as well, which was lacked as well.
I think we deserved it in that game. We played really well. Like, from what we've been used to recently, it's been utter shambolic football.
Mm-hmm.
But on Saturday, even with Graham Jones coming in to give some fresh ideas to the team, capping the players, encouraging them. I mean, I've never seen you guys so much. They're pressing Everton down, forcing them into mistakes, and everybody knows as a football fan, you press a team into making a mistake, you're going to get chances, and that's what we did. And we played excellent. I thought we really deserved to win that game.
Yeah. So where do you think Joe Willock will fit into all this? Where do you think he'll play? Who will he play with? I've seen
like different lineups on Twitter and that about where he'd line up. I think he could take like a Shelvey space in the team, you know, like a bit of extra drive, bit of pace, because you know Shelvey just kind of run for love and the money, but he still can ping a pass. But I like somebody who's like I've seen banded about, he's a box to box player. That's what we kind of need. So like long burst and runs every game, try to win the ball back, start the tag, like that kind of thing. But I think he'd go well in Shelvey's position myself.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that you're not a fan of John Joe Shelvey then?
No, I don't mind Shelvey. I mean, he has his good games, he has his bad games. I mean, I've always been a fan of him just for his outrageous passing he can do and his free kicks. He can score from once in a while. But
I think with John Joe Shelvey, sorry to interrupt you there, I think he plays better when Hayden's around him. Because you could see on Saturday with Hayden around him, he was fizzing balls all over the place. He played really well again. The second half against Leeds as well, I thought he played really well, but I think it's only with Hayden around him he feels more comfortable with him because he knows he's got an insurance policy, whereas the other players like Hendrick, he's got a mistake or two in him as well, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, man. I don't get me wrong, I think Hendrick played well. I mean, I'm not a fan of Hendrick either. I mean, I just don't think he does enough, and he didn't do enough in that bad run we were on, getting games when he didn't deserve them. But he played well, and I watched the highlights, and for the chance for Shelvey where it just deflected past the post, it was a good pass for Shelvey to take the shot on, and yet you overall had a good game. But we don't ask for much. If you just put the heart, desire into games, if you get beat, you get beat. But at least you know they've tried, not going into games, playing five at the back, where it just screams defeat as soon as you kicked off. I mean, that game against Sheffield United, five at the back, they were bottom of the league without the win all season, and we played that sort of defensive formation. It was just absolutely.
Well, I mean, we can sit and talk here all day about Newcastle, but let's try and get back to the deadline day.
Yeah.
So obviously we were linked with Hamza Chowdhury, and he didn't come. So let's look at the outgoings. We had DeAndre Yedlin went. He freed up the space in the squad. What do you think of that?
I didn't mind Yedlin. I mean, when he come from Spurs, I think it was Spurs for £5 million. I was quite excited. He signed, and I think he did really well. I mean, just for his speed down the right wing, down the right side, and he's a right back. The pace he had was mesmerising. He could cause a lot of bother for opposition defenders. I mean, going the other way, he couldn't really defend crosses, to be honest. He's a bit like what Emil Kraft is now. He just kind of defend. He got a lot of stick.
Do you think he's been treated unfairly this season?
Yedlin?
Yes.
I don't think he was given much of a chance. I mean, he started to get back in the team and he played quite well in games. But I think he preferred like his other right backs. I mean, Kraft. Man, he was in the game. He was playing for a while, and then he'd stick Murphy at right back. Then I was screaming out to get a Manquillo back in. Like saying, Manquillo had a good game. I think he's our best right back. He's a great defender.
Do you think that was one of the things why Yedlin wanted to leave? Because obviously he knew that he was always going to be second choice to Manquillo?
Yeah, but I think he had his days as first team regular under Rafa. And obviously when Bruce come in, probably Bruce didn't really fancy him. I think he was on his way out anyway, Yedlin. But since Manquillo come back in, he's had the odd game that he's always dropped out. I said, why is he dropping Manquillo? He's played well.
Yeah.
But I just think Yedlin had his nose pushed out, and I think he was always looking to get away, and I wish him well with his move to Galatasaray. I hope he does well.
Yeah, we all do. I think he's going to be a bit of a miss. I think his flying header against Bournemouth in the 2-1 victory at St James's Park last season, I think that's probably the best memory of him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't score many goals, did he? Yeah, but I'd seen the Maximan was crossing it. I think he was going well wide till Yedlin come with a flight like Superman, put it in the net.
So he's obviously freed up a space in the squad. So who do you think will take that space in the squad now?
I would say Atsu myself. I think he'll offer more.
Yeah.
I mean, just by sitting on the bench and like coming on for the occasional 5-10 minutes or something like that. Rather than Lazar or Save when we packed out his midfielders. So I wouldn't think Save would get back in. I would think Atsu, just for a bit of an impact substitution. That's all. That's all he'd be in the squad for, really.
Well, that's Saive, that Henri Saive. He was bought for $5 million. He was given a 5.5 year contract. I mean, how? I know.
I remember it. I remember when they bought him. I thought it was a good signing. And then he never got really many games after that.
No, he's played 5 times and he scored 1 goal.
I remember the 1 goal he scored anyway. That was against West Ham.
Yeah, it was. That's $5 million well spent, isn't
it? For 1 goal, yeah, sure it is.
So who would you say over the years has been the best deadline day signing for Newcastle? Or like transfer window signing?
That's a hard one. I would, just for his free kick ability, I know he signed pretty early in a window, but Johan Cabaye.
Oh, Johan Cabaye. He was a bit of an up and down player as well.
He was absolutely. He could ping a ball. He's a bit like Shelby, but he never wasn't fighting of a shot. He had a free kick about 25 yards out. you put Kabay on it, and 9 times out of 10 you put it in the net. So it was always my favourite, Kabay.
Well, he's 35 years of age, and I think he's a free agent as well.
Yeah, but under this regime, I don't think it's a possibility. But
that's true. Well, I would say Martin Dubravka.
Yeah. That as well. I would choose him as well. Yeah, if I had another choice, I'd probably choose him, Martin Dubravka, as well, because that game he got thrown in against Man United, that was a baptism of fire, and he was excellent.
He was, yeah. And obviously we won against 1-0 as well, didn't we?
Yeah, Matt Ritchie scored the 70-odd minute, I think. And he's still pulling off saves now, even though he's been out the team with injury. But over the last season, he got the most saves in the league for Newcastle. I think that's a bit embarrassing with all the amount of shots he's faced.
I think he's played 88 games and he's kept 28 clean sheets. So that's not too bad.
Not too bad, is it?
Given the team that we are as well.
I know we seem to have shored up a little bit.
Well, I was looking at these transfer deadline day signings, and I thought, let's have a look at the ones that got away. So the ones that popped up were Andy Carroll and Musa Sissoko.
Well, for Andy Carroll, I was quite sad when he went to Liverpool. I mean, he was our best striker. I mean, he scored 11 goals in half a season, and he was on course for at least 25, at least.
Yeah.
Then, with the greedy our club, greedy owner, saying profit in him, 35 million, and sold him to Liverpool, where he's never been right since. The thing is, Newcastle players leave, and it's not always
worked out for them.
Yeah, not always works out for them. The grass is not always greener. That's what I was meant to say. The grass is not always greener. I mean, for him, it was. I lost my train of thought.
It's alright, don't worry. But again, when you look at Musa Sissoko, 35 million for him. I mean, is that good business?
Oh yeah, the way he come in for 1.5 from Toulouse. I thought that's a hell of a bargain for what he can do. And then, his home debut against Chelsea, that run where he just blitzed past Ashley Cole like he wasn't there, man. I think that's what solidified the fans had, the love the fans had for him. Just with his performances, he's like a bulldozer at times, strong, keeps people off the ball, plays the ball. But then he just ruined his street cred with the fans by just constantly dissing him in magazines and newspaper interviews. And I'm quite glad they got 30 million for him when he went to Spurs, because I just thought good riddance. I just can't wait to get him out the club.
I couldn't believe it when we sold him, to be honest with you, for 30 million. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No, I think we're haggling to sell him. I think Everton were interested, but I didn't think they didn't want to pay 30 million for him.
Yeah.
And Tottenham come in with 30. He said, "Well, just sell him." I was quite glad he went. I was happy that day he went, because he burned all these bridges with Newcastle. Every time he comes back, he gets the booing treatment, which he quite frankly deserves for criticising Newcastle fans and the area and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So what about the other names that were linked to Newcastle during the deadline? Idrissa Gueye.
Now, I wouldn't have minded that. I know he was on £150,000 a week at PSG, but Everton, he did very well at Everton. And to say he was linked with a loan move, I'd agreed, but he didn't want to come.
Yeah.
But if he wanted to come... Huh?
Why do you think you rejected Newcastle? Do you think it's because...
Well, I thought he wanted to go back to the Premier League, obviously, because like so many players who move leagues, you can't get used to it or you don't like it. Yeah. But I think it was... Everton made a mistake in selling him. So he's always wanted to go back to the Premier League. And I think he was banking on a team like Everton or something to come in for him and take him on loan, but they will have to pay a majority of his wages. £150,000 a week is a lot of money just for somebody for 6 months. I just don't think it would have been worth it.
Do you think he was looking for a team that had ambition to get in the Champions League or maybe Europa League, some sort of European football?
I don't think so, no. I think he was just... I know he doesn't get in the team. I mean, you say PSG with their superstars. He wouldn't get in the team over Verratti and stuff like that. I don't... He just wanted playtime and he just went back to PSG. Just quite happily, he's had a bit of playtime for 6 months, more regular playtime for 6 months.
Okay. So going on to tonight's game, the Crystal Palace game, your thoughts? What do you think?
Crystal Palace tonight, well, I did my match review on this yesterday, and I hope we can continue like we did against Everton. It was absolutely brilliant how we played. I just hope we play the same formation with like a rejig of players that's out injured, obviously, with no Lascelles, no Fraser, but I would absolutely go with the same squad, same team. Why break up a winning team?
Yeah, that's true. But Lee Ryder just came out in the Chronicle before and says that Ryan Fraser is going to be facing a late fitness test this evening. So we'll wait and see.
I know he said he was sick over the weekend, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he wasn't feeling well. But I know Maxi's chomping at the bit to get back in. So I would, as much as I like Fraser, I've always liked Fraser, but I just to get him time to recover, take him out of the team, put Maximan in, then let him run at Crystal Palace. He won't like it. You saying what he did against Leeds when his first game back, he tormented them. And I think we deserved the point out of that game. Even when he come on against Everton, torments Everton with that little Cruyff turn, you say. It's brilliant.
It was good to watch, but when I was watching the game, I was streaming it online, and I was watching it with Turkish commentary. Turkish commentary, and they went on this goal. It was brilliant. So, obviously Lascelles is not in, so who do you think will come in his place? Do you think it'll be Clark?
Yeah, I think 100% it'll be Clark. He's always Mr. Dependable Clark. I put him alongside Cher, who's performed brilliantly as well. I think he's got his head back in the game, Cher. Because it was a while ago, I wasn't really bothered if he sold him or what.
Yeah.
Because his mind had gone elsewhere. He was thinking about a move somewhere. But he's really knuckled down. He's put in good performances. I mean, against Leeds, coming out from the back, damn nearly giving me a heart attack watching it. I think he's going to get the ball took off him. I think he's making that run directly through midfield. He's pass the ball.
He's good at getting back though when he does them sort of runs. So you give him the odd run every now and again because you know he's going to get back.
Oh yeah, he's that kind of professional. I mean, £3 million for someone like him, I thought it was a bargain. I thought when I was saying that he was going to leave after Deportivo had been relegated, and he said he could leave for £3 million. I said we should be all over this, and I was glad we were.
Yeah.
And he turned out to be a good signing for me, like.
How much do you think he's worth now?
Paid 3 for him, I would think. About 15, 20, 15. I'll go 15, something like that.
I was going to say 15 as well.
Yeah, he's out of contract in the summer though. I just hope he gets a new deal because I think he deserves one. He's kind of integral part. I know we were stout out defenders, but I know Dummett's not coming back anytime soon. But to give Cher at least another 2-year contract or something like that I would be happy with that.
Yeah, well, Paul Dummett could return to the squad this evening.
Oh, could he? And 11 was saying no team new, so.
Yeah. Crystal Palace thoughts? What do you think of them?
Yeah, they had a good game. They beat Wolves 1-0. I think Roy's formation is pretty similar to what Steve Bruce usually did. Like kind of like 5 at the back, stay tight, don't let much in, try and counter attack the opposition. That's how it was in December. And for the last 5 minutes, Palace were very unlucky not to win it. They had 2 clear opportunities and they fluffed them. And if it wasn't for Callum Wilson and even Joe Linton, we'd have lost that. But you're a good team with Zaha. Obviously, he always makes that team. He's the best. He's a standout player in that team. Will Zaha, you always know that.
I think with Will Zaha, you've got as a key, is he?
Eze, yeah. He's another good player as well. Eze, yeah.
And obviously Jordan Ayew, you've got Ben Teke as well. So if we can get past the attacking players into the final of the Crystal Palace off, then why not create a few dangerous situations?
Yeah, that's why Maxi should be starting. I mean, get the Palace back line, get him worried, even try and bring him down, because once Maxi starts running, you have to kind of just back off. You can't really back off in the penalty area. You just have to bring him down or something like that to stop him trying to score. So
yeah. Also, Crystal Palace has just brought in Matt Mateta from Mainz on loan.
All right, have they?
He's a striker as well. So he's on a 6-month loan.
Yeah.
So he could probably make his debut this evening as well.
Yeah, all right.
So obviously Newcastle won the reverse fixture back in November. Remember that game?
Yeah, I watched it on Amazon Prime. I'd signed up for Amazon Prime just to watch it. Because there was a few games on, so I just said, well, I might as well. So it's a free trial, I can watch the game. So I managed to watch it all, and it was, like I say, for that last 5 minutes, that Fernandez block, that was a magnificent block. That was 1-0 Palace, and that was the win. And a few moments later, a cross come in from Van Aanholt and across the box, and Batshuayi just missed. So I think we're lucky to get the win there. When Callum Wilson scored, and then I had to pace around the house because I can't stand it when Newcastle's winning and it's only 1-0. I just kind of watch it no more because I think you're going to concede to even get beat. That's just the way I am with watching Newcastle matches at the moment.
Yeah. How did you feel when Newcastle went 1-0 up against Everton?
I felt quite confident. I mean, I still doesn't kill me nerves. Mm-hmm. But I thought we did quite well to stick in and defend and try and hit them on the counter attack and defend when we could. Because Everton didn't that game. I don't think it was all Newcastle. So you say with the Graham Jones tactics, I mean, Steve Bruce can harp on and say, "Oh, he's had a little input." If you look at there, he's clapping the players, encouraging them. I think he's had a big impact. I think the players have had a lift from somebody new coming in with a new, fresh tactical brain to try and G them up. You say in a picture of a tactics sheet, like position sheet, telling the players which position, what job they should be doing to get back, get forward, all that kind of stuff. That's what players love, a bit of interaction with the coach to see what they're going to do. Not Bruce just stood with his hands in his pockets, did nothing.
And have you noticed the property account? He always wears it the wrong way around.
Yeah, he always does. That's the kind of buffoon he is. Just the kind of buffoon he is. I'm never a fan of him. I'll never be a fan of him. I just don't like him at all.
Yeah. So if you were Steve Bruce, what would be your starting 11 tonight?
Well, thank God I'm not Steve Bruce, but I would put Darlow in goal, obviously, because keep that winning mentality. I would stick with Mankayo right back. I'd put, obviously, Clark, Shea, Lewis, Shelvey, he played well, Hayden, Hendrick, and maybe Almiron, Wilson, and depends on Fraser. But I would leave Fraser out and put Maximan back in to start tonight.
Oh, interesting. What do you think the score will be?
Well, I've said a 2-1 to Newcastle, but I hope it's a bit more convincing than that. A 3-0 or something like that to Newcastle. That's what my head will say, but my heart says 2-1 or something like that.
I think if we defend the way we did against Everton, I can't see Palace scoring.
No, I can't. Need to keep up with like what we've been doing. It was excellent. That's all we've been crying out for. Just something to build on. And we got another win tonight. That's 11 points clear with the relegation zone, and that's a big gap to try and claw back, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we'll go down personally. I don't think we'll go anywhere near the relegation zone. I think we'll stick around the position where we are now.
Yeah, I think about. Yeah, I agree with you there. About 15, 14, 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to get the season over with and hopefully get a takeover in the summer or something like that.
I mean, what do you say about the takeover at the minute? I mean, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. It's always the same, you know what I mean? I'll believe it when I say it, really.
Yeah, I mean, you've had to adopt that kind of mindset since it broke. That it's... I mean, I was the same. There's been that many. I've lost count of how many unsuccessful attempts I've had with Kenyon Stevie the first time. But with this one, it really sounded the bee's knees from what I was reading on Twitter. That they brought PIF, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, on board. And you're saying when the figures were released, how much they were, about nearly 300 billion. I said, wow, just think what that can do for the team, for the area even, not just the team, the area, rejuvenate the area. And
they need to start with the training ground, don't they?
Mbappe, Neymar, all them top players. And then I was quite excited in April when it said, it's going to the owners and directors test. So it said it's only a process that should take 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Most fans would turn their hair out after 4 weeks. Well, where's the decision at? Then all sorts starts leaking out about piracy, about human rights activists, and like stealing Premier League matches. What?
It was just one thing after another, with everyone trying to bring the dirt up on the public.
I know, they were just trying to derail it all the time. That Khashoggi's widow, she was the person I hate in this world. It's her. She put a spanner in the works. She always sent letters to Richard Masters, who's another person I cannot stand. 17 weeks you have to wait for get some sort of answer. That's just not on. I mean, he's kept delaying. And there's a quote saying we'll just sit here month after month, week after week, and there'll still be no further forward. But if you're... Sorry.
Alright.
Sorry. Get off, man. If you're... Sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. Yeah, well, yeah, I hate Richard Masters for having to sit there week after week for not waiting for a decision. I mean, you can tell it's Premier League corruption that is the very finest.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Well, I'm going to go for 2-0 this evening. Just go back to the past game, and I think Almiron will score the first goal.
I've gone Wilson. I always go Wilson. I mean, like a predictor, I always go Wilson somehow. He always seems to come up with a goal.
I think I could have guessed that with the shirt behind you saying Wilson's name.
Yeah, I've got one with Maximan. I've got one with Hayden, and then I've got one with Almiron. So, that's on Maximan.
Yeah, that's the one.
You've got to have the main man on.
Sorry?
You've got to have the main man on your shirt.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself when I first got it, I thought, I can't get a top without his name on it, and I thought, let's just do it and get it. You know, so. But
yeah, anyway, well, I went for the... Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, go on.
I mean, I got a new away shirt, the green one, if you remember that, from a couple of seasons ago. And I was wanting I wanted to send Macho Man 10 on the back, because he was obviously the main man then. And I was gutted and he said, "Oh, we don't have certain letters of his name." I said, "Oh." So I said, didn't have, I don't think they have any I's or X's or M's or U's. He said, "Well, it's pretty pointless getting that." So I said, "Do you have the letters of Alma on 24 in?" So he looked and said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I'll just have that then."
Well, I think I'm going to wrap this video up. Can you go?
No, it's been nice to come on and chat to a new channel. Hope it all goes well for you and just keep it up. I mean, I'm keeping it up, trying to put new content out. Don't worry if you don't get subscribers every week. I mean, you just got to keep peddling the content out for people to see and like and share it.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of maybe doing 2 or 3 videos a week, so we'll just wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'd definitely like to get you on again.
Yeah, I mean, you're always welcome on mine if you want to come on mine.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do a weekly show on a Monday night, just like a weekly Newcastle roundup. I mean, I'm looking for people to come on there. I've got one lad already lined up. I'm just like looking for like another 2 actually. So if you wouldn't mind, if you're busy, not busy on a Monday night from 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, just for an hour, then you can come on if you like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sign us up whenever you get it all set up and get people involved. Then let us know. I'll come on with you. No problem at all.
Okay. I'll see if I can get another one to come on, and that'll be about 4 of us on, like I say, in the regular kind of channel on a Monday night or something like that, just to round up the news from the week. So.
Yeah. Well, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, the ticker saying donate to the Newcastle West End Food Bank. I know everyone's going through tough times at the minute.
Yeah.
So the link to all the details you can in the description as well. So if anyone wants to get involved with that, please do. Please give us as much or as little as you can. Every little bit helps, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it always helps for people in dire need, and especially in these tough times. So it's always we always appreciate it. So.
Yeah. Well, I will be back later on this week with another video with someone else hopefully. But thank you for your time, Stephen.
It's okay. Pleasure to come on. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the game tonight.
Yeah, I will do. Hopefully you'll win.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.